All right, good afternoon, traders. Hopefully, everyone is having a good day today. Market indices a little mixed today. Now, before I get into the show, I really do want to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Now, if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, go ahead and do so. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical analysis. All right, with that, we are going to go over the SPY, the three stocks that I had recommended from yesterday, and three new ones that look technically good going into tomorrow. All right, with that, let's get right into it with the SPY. As you know, the SPY made a 52-week high up here last week, and if you remember from that show, I was a little concerned we were, in this upper Bollinger Band, but since then we've bounced around here quite nicely, trading in a nice little range. We've had this 10 SMA come up here. We did take out yesterday's high. So for tomorrow, I do see a continuation of this uptrend. In fact, I really do think either tomorrow or Friday we will take out that 52-week high. Now, if we gap lower and target this 10 SMA initially, if that gets taken out, clearly target this midpoint Bollinger Band, and we should see a lot of support going forward from there. Okay, that is the SPY. All right, let's go into the three stocks that I did recommend from yesterday. First one's going to be NETE. So if you remember from yesterday's show, I did say be a buyer above today's high. If that gets taken out, go long. That did not happen. In fact, we did retrace down here to this 10 SMA. So for tomorrow, I will be a buyer above the of today's high. In fact, I have my alert set right here at 1490, and if it does get taken out on the upside, I will be a buyer and then clearly use today's low as my out. Okay, that is NETE. Second stock on the list that I had recommended was WWR. This one had gapped up, looked really good initially, and then it just fell apart. I did get long right at the open. I did add to my position near the end of the day, so I did bring my cost average down. On this one, guys, for tomorrow, again, make sure we use that 495, which is yesterday's low as you're out. Please if you are in it, be very careful with this one. Hopefully tomorrow we can gap and go, and we can start making some money in this one. Last stock on the list that I had recommended from yesterday was UAVS. This one was a no play as well. We did not take out yesterday's high. We did not take out yesterday's low. We just kind of we were range bound in between yesterday's high and low. So for tomorrow, again, I'm going to watch that first 30-minute candle. If we can take out today's high tomorrow, I will definitely be a buyer, and that's why I have that alert set. I will buy above $8, 801, and then clearly use today's low as my out as right there at UAVS. All right, let's give you the three stocks that look really good going into tomorrow. First one's going to be, again, this is one that I played, NETE. I don't want to rehash what I just said, but again, if it does gap up or it starts moving above that $14.88 mark, I will be a buyer. And then again, I will use today's low as my out. Okay, that is NETE. Second stock on the list that looks good going into tomorrow technically is going to be STNG. We did gap up a few days ago, and we've been hitting this upper Bollinger Band. We're above this point of control right here. There is some news after hours that's going to give this a little bit of a momentum, so watch that very carefully. See if you could buy this in a small pullback. I could see this opening up, in that 1350, 1360 range. Now, if we do that, I think that's a really good buy. I do think this is going to go a lot higher tomorrow. We might see a continuation of this. If we start taking out yesterday's high and today's high tomorrow, this one should start really running for us. Okay, that is STNG. Put that on your watch list. Now, if you do get long on this one, you have to use today's low as you're out, 1298. Okay, that is STNG. Last stock on the list that looks pretty good, WKHS. Now it's starting to get to a place where it makes sense. We're getting closer to this 10 SMA. I'm going to watch this price action real closely tomorrow. We did close near the low of the day, so there's a high probability we're going to take that out. If we do that, watch yesterday's low right down here at 2405. If we take that out, please target this 10 SMA right down here. If we can get like NET right there at that 10 SMA, I'm going to start buying. In fact, I am going to have an alert set right there. So any move above or below that 2388 right there, I will be a buyer of of WKHS. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Again, my name is Eric, and if you have any questions, please feel free to just leave them down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as possible with any questions you may have. All right, with that, I do want to thank you, and I do want to say if you're not a subscriber and you happen to be watching the show, please go ahead and subscribe. I really do think you're going to get a lot of valuable information from my technical analysis. Right, and you know what, guys? If you are watching the show and you know someone who likes to trade stocks, go ahead and post this link, send it to them, let them be a subscriber. I really do think they're going to get a lot of valuable information too. All right, with that, I am going to say good night. We will see you tomorrow, and remember, trade smart and be safe.